Lewis, you're quiet.
Yes. Yes, hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm dead.
Oh, he's dead.
I'm not exhausted because it's the middle of the day that we're recording. So that's
and
nice.
I had coffee earlier, so.
So did I.
Amazing.
Yay.
Okay, are we ready to get started?
I don't know. You tell me. You do the intro.
Hello, cinephiles, and welcome to Silver Screen Sips, a podcast where three idiot friends talk about movies. And today, with our good friend Ellis the Island, we say, who has the best Voldemort laugh? Bethany?
Oh, me? Okay. I was hoping it wouldn't be me.
No.
All right, Lou.
No, it's Ellis's turn.
Oh.
It was so short.
Yeah, it's a bit speedy.
Speedy.
Now it's my turn.
Nah, that wasn't that bad.
That was pretty good. Isaiah. Oh, he really.
Go for it.
You really went for it.
All the air in your lungs.
Isaiah, that came out from like your diaphragm. I heard it. Oh my god. Anyways, welcome to our podcast.
It's chaos today. I'm all for it.
For some reason, we're weirder during the day than at night.
Yeah, we are recording this very earlier than usual. I think it's the delirium of the fact that we woke up early.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
I'm fresh off of coffee, so I got a lot of caffeine in my system, which I think isn't helping the situation.
When I hear Beth on coffee, I think of the squirrel from Over the Hedge.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, honestly. Anyways, welcome guys to today's episode. It is which one are we talking about? Part 2?
Death Hallows Part 2, yes.
Oh my god, we're on the end. Holy shit, that was quick.
It all ends.
It all ends today. That was so fast. Guys, there's going to be spoilers ahead, so just be warned.
There are no spoilers at this point because Harry Potter has been out for over 10 years.
But we also could talk about other movies or shows too that they've seen or they haven't seen actually in this regard. But
if we do, they have failed as people. It's actually been out for 11 years exactly.
All right, guys, today we'll be spoiling The Cursed Child. All right.
Darth Vader is the father.
I still think it was hilarious when I pulled out the DVD to watch part 2. It still had not only the Walmart sticker on it, but a sticker that said, obtain your virtual copy for streaming at any time, expires November 11th, 2013. A whole relic.
Wow.
What a treasure.
I miss the days of DVD behind the scenes special features.
Dude, I have so many DVDs. I have the original Star Wars trilogy. I'm giving that to you, right, Lewis?
Yes.
Yes, I have the original. It's such a cool case. You're going to love it.
Yes.
It has bonus material DVD, a whole DVD of just bonus material. So
I'm going to frame it.
Yes. Honestly, the art is really sick on it. Lewis, you said you have 3 drinks today. Is that correct?
I haven't actually mentioned that in the podcast. Yes, but I did.
Oh, I just read your mind. That's all.
Yeah, you did. I actually have 3 drinks to end the Harry Potter series today.
Wow, we're spoiled.
Actually, it's to go with the theme of the fact that it is the Deathly Hallows, the Sorcerer's Stone, the Elder Wand, and the Cloak of Invisibility. And the third of these cocktails is actually called the Deathly Hallows cocktail. But first, we're going to talk about the one that takes the longest because it's Ogden's Old FIREWHISKY. FIREWHISKY was actually originally mentioned in Chamber of Secrets, but it returns in Deathly Hallows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that episode.
The way we're going to prepare our FIREWHISKY, right? We're going to take some Jim Beam bourbon.
Yes, Jimmy.
Fun fact: I cannot even smell Jim Beam honey because I will have a bad reaction. I had a bad night. Anyway,
that's your drink?
That's your poison drink. Got it.
Yeah.
Mine's Malibu coconut rum.
Same.
I will explain the story off the podcast. Anyway.
Patreon
episode, right? Anyway, so your prep time is actually only going to be about 15 minutes, but for this to come out how it's supposed to, you're going to actually store this for 12 days.
What?
So-
Okay. How
So
do
we're
you
gonna-
how did you prep for that? Sorry. I'll hold my
Dedication.
questions till the end.
You could actually use any kind of whiskey base, but someone loves, for some reason, they chose Jim Beam.
Mhm.
You're going to take a clean jar, pour in about half the bottle of a 750 milliliter bottle of whiskey, so your standard size. You're going to add 6 sticks of cinnamon and 1/3 a cup of raw sugar. Close your jar and
That's
gently.
so much.
Huh?
That's so much sugar.
Yeah. You're going to close the jar and gently shake to mix in the sugar. You're going to put the jar in a cool, dark place for 1 week.
Okay.
After 1 week, you're going to open the jar, taste how it, taste your infusion, and then you're going to add 6 to 8 Bing cherries and reseal the jar.
Mm-mm.
You're either going to, and then you're going to put the jar back in a cool, dark place for about another week, 10 days. So this could be anywhere between 14 and 17 days to actually make this. You're going to bring the jar out, retaste, remove the cinnamon and cherries, and then you're going to enjoy your Ogden's Old Fire Whiskey either neat or you're going to add it to your favorite whiskey cocktail.
Okay.
And if you want to make it just like not store it for like 12 fucking days, you could just do the steps I said, but without storing it. For best results, of course, store it. 5 cocktails to make with Ogden's Old Fire Whiskey, a smoke and cinnamon old fashioned. You make an old fashioned, but you smoke it.
Those smoked old fashions are so good.
Yeah, I make them at work. It's fun. I like to show off with them too. Your next option, a cherry bomb bourbon whiskey. There's a different
These are
recipe
all
for
up
that.
my alley.
A cinnamon maple whiskey sour.
These all
All
sound.
right, calm down there.
I don't know
sorry.
who made that noise.
Sorry, that was me. Sorry.
Beth is struggling over there.
Yeah, like I thought I was the alcoholic, but that just okay.
She's trying to take the mantle.
Yeah.
Because I have the biggest one.
Oh boy. All right. Ellis. Wow. Okay.
Last episode can attest.
True, proven and true.
That's not what, yeah. Anyway.
Your
Oh boy.
mom
boy.
knows,
Yeah,
Isaiah.
indeed.
God damn it.
We
Sorry.
all measured
I'll
wands
stop.
last episode.
The
Sorry, go
fourth
ahead.
option is Fireball Sangria.
I don't know about that one, but continue.
I like your enthusiasm. And finally, our last one is called Cherry Tree Fireball.
Cherry tree, you said?
Yes. So what you're going to do is you're going to substitute Fireball for the Jim Beam.
Okay.
So,
that's a lot of drinks.
Those
Are
are
we,
5 drinks.
are we supposed to rate all of them, or should we just say which
we're
ones
just
we
talking
like?
about Ogden's Old Fire Whiskey.
Okay.
Like, what does it sound like? What does it sound appealing? So on. You can make any combination of whiskey drinks with this. It's just those
Okay.
recommendations that were at the bottom of the list.
Gotcha.
And apparently the muggle who came up with this recipe, her name is Valerie.
Thank you, Valerie. Fucking genius of a woman.
Yes.
I'm assuming she's a woman.
Yes.
I think it sounds really good. However, I don't know if I could, like, let's say today I am in the mood for that drink, but now I have to wait 17 days to drink it. And what if I'm not in the mood by then to drink that drink? That's the only issue I'm having with this. So I think I give it a 4 out of 5 just because it's like, I feel like the, what's the word I'm looking for?
You're an impatient alcoholic.
No, that's a different subject. The practicality, that's the word, of it is not, it's not very high up there for me. So I'm going to say a 4 out of 5.
Okay. I'm going to make this actually and bring it to your house.
I would love to see that.
And we'll all try it out.
Okay.
Ellis, you'll join us too.
My welcoming party for the apartment.
Yeah, basically.
Indeed. Sounds
Okay,
excellent.
Isaiah.
They call it, it's cinnamon and then cherries. Like it's kind of contrasting for me. I don't know how I feel
That's
about
the
it.
point.
That's the point.
Yes.
I forget that alcohol is not meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be consumed.
No. Alcohol is meant to be enjoyed, but the contrast in flavors is the point.
I'd give it 3.5 out of 5. I would like to try it, but I don't know how I feel about it because I don't like contrasting things. But
It doesn't like anything.
I would like to experience it. That's what I like to do. I like to experience this one.
What are you gonna like? Take a sniff and be like, yes.
You know what? I would like to. You know what? I would like to try I would actually like try to make it. I want to spend like that whole week. I want to spend 17
Great.
days.
You can make it, and then I'll drink it.
There.
Perfect.
So the think of it this way, like when you take a margarita and rather than putting a salt rim, you put a sugar rim, you have a sweet versus sour flavor that you get when you drink it. That's the idea you kind of get here. That's why there's a contrast.
You know what's funny is I'll probably end up liking it.
Yeah, you'll probably love this actually. Ellis?
Okay, I love whiskey. I love that they named Jim Beam specifically. I also happen to be like the kind of wannabe cottagecore, like a writer in 1812 in the woods who's just like brewing whiskey and prison wine for fun as they, write away by candlelight at 3 a.m. So like I make my own cold brew, I make my own simple syrup. So this is very much up my alley. 5 out of 5.
Wow.
I would even probably experiment with putting some star anise in there or something. So
wow, fancy.
Ellis, can I come over?
Yes.
I want homemade simple syrup.
Oh, for sure.
Want to hold hands.
No.
And you'll be nice and cold with my jet plane AC.
It's so hot in my house.
Afraid, please. I'm a lizard. I need warm, humid air.
Ellis, what is your final rating?
Final rating? I'm just so intrigued by all of it. I'm just going to do 5 out of 5.
That's a good rating. I would do it if it wasn't so time consuming. Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
We are different people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a delayed gratification thing.
I'm forever. My mind is always changing, so I cannot say I would be in the mood for it in 17 days. I can't.
That's fair.
That's why you make it when you're not in the mood. So when you're in the mood, it's like, oh my gosh, look what I have in my cupboard.
That's in your cupboard. Yeah, that's fair.
What's wrong with the cupboard? Where do you put your whiskey?
On my shelf, so I can look at it in awe every day.
I can look at it, so I can gaze at it every day. No, I'm not an alcoholic. No,
it's above my bed.
That's intense.
Okay. Anyway, my final rating. I'm actually going to give it a 4.5 out of 5, only because Jim Beam was the choice of bourbon for the recipe.
I don't like Jim Beam.
No. That's what I'm saying. I don't like Jim Beam either, so it's getting a half star or less for me.
Aw.
Yeah, I found out that Ellis loves Jim Beam. The first day we hung out was at the bar, and she loved it. And I was like, let me introduce you to Larceny.
Larceny is fantastic. However, much more expensive per ounce.
It is, but that's why it's better.
Yes.
I would replace it with
Larceny, please sponsor us.
Oh, what a dream.
Right? Oh my God, I'd be so happy.
I would replace it with, I actually have 3 that I would replace. I would use Larceny. I would use 4 Roses.
Ooh.
Or I would use, what's the other one I had really? Actually, you know what? I'm going to use Elijah Craig. Make it strong.
Hell yeah.
Make it strong.
No, that shit's at 60% alcohol. So
Jesus.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
You want to get liquored up tonight?
Hell yeah, brother. Okay, moving on to
Isaiah,
our next.
what was yours again? 3.5?
I gave it 3.5, yeah.
Okay.
3.5, but I'd love to have the experience. How about that?
3.5, 4.5, and 5.
Yeah, so more than likely it would probably go up. That's what the answer is.
That's fair.
I do apologize. I'm eating.
What are you eating?
My mom brought me a sandwich and
thanks, Mom.
Garlic buttered toast.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It's fucking amazing. All right, next cocktail. It is known as Voldemort's Dark Serum. It is one of the spookiest of Halloween cocktails, but one of the simplest. It is also made by a young lady named Tegan Gerard.
Thanks, Tegan.
Thanks, Tegan.
Wait. Oh, Tegan. I heard Higgin.
Tegan.
I'm so sorry.
No, Tegan.
Tegan. Your name's now Tegan Higgin.
Tegan Hagen Hurt. 100% inspired by the Harry Potter series. This drink is dangerously delicious and definitely up to no good. It's a simple mix of pomegranate juice, tequila, Chambord, raspberry liqueur, lemon, and warming sage.
Oh, that sounds so good.
You lost me at tequila.
Bethany, no one has your opinion right now. So, gently shake and pour over ice. I don't like tequila either. I understand. Gently shake and pour over ice. Each drink is topped off with bubbly ginger beer and smoking sage for a sweet and smoky finish. It's both eerie and warming, perfect for the cool nights ahead. We're going to go ahead and get down to the recipe. A lot of random shit typed in here.
Can I talk
very
now?
Quiet now. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm scared to speak.
No, it's okay. I was going to point out that I was
this
going
was
to
a safe
apologize.
Space.
It is a safe space.
No, it's not.
We're not safe. Nobody's safe here.
There are no safe spaces. So our ingredients are going to include 1/4 cup of pomegranate juice, 1.5 to 2 ounces of silver tequila or mezcal, half an ounce of chambord or raspberry, 1 dash of orange bitters, used from half a lemon. That's probably about a half ounce lemon juice. And 1 to 2 teaspoons of pure maple syrup. You use this taste, of course, it's choice. 2 fresh sage leaves, plus more for serving, and ginger beer to top it off. You're going to garnish with fresh sage, and then you're going to light that on fire if you like smoky effect.
Light it on fire. Exactly.
You're going to combine everything in a cocktail shaker with ice. Shake to combine it, strain it into a glass filled with fresh ice, top with ginger beer, garnished with sage.
Okay.
So the main ingredient of this is tequila, basically.
Yeah.
But it's very flavorful in the pomegranate juice and the chambord. So you're not really going to notice it.
I was going to say, the silence is deafening.
I don't know. The only silver tequila I've ever had is Patron, and I can't stand Patron.
Yikes.
We don't really take your opinion on a lot of things, Isaiah. Just don't like anything, but...
Wow. All right. What am I even here for?
Facts.
Now, if our listeners will notice, earlier in the Discord from our last episode, I had shared a Death Eater Negroni. It looks very similar to this because they use the same glasses, but it's actually it's obviously a different mix of liquors. And in the Death Eater Negroni, they're using like raspberry leaves rather than sage. And there's no orange peel in our Mort Dark Serum.
I don't know how I'm feeling about this one. I think it's not as high as the whiskey, that's for sure.
Sure. That's fair.
I'll give it like a 3.5.
3.5. What about Isaiah?
It's going to be a 2 because I just can't stand Patron. I feel like it overpowers everything. Oh, wait. You said there's sage in it too? Or like,
That's just like a garnish though, isn't it?
You drop a sage leaf in it to mix, kind of like you would with a mojito and mint, but yeah, that's the garnish.
I don't know. The Patron's really putting me off. Oh, yeah, I'm going to stick with
It's not Patron.
2.
It's just silver tequila in general.
It's your
I'm
choice.
like, what other silver tequila is there?
Several others.
Can you give me 2?
Avion, Luna Azul.
He's never heard of those.
I've had Avion, but I've never tried. I mean, I've seen Avion, but I've never tried it.
Avion, Luna Azul. I'm pretty sure Herradura has a silver tequila. I'm pretty sure Casamigos has a silver tequila.
I don't know.
There's a lot of tequila is actually a very broad
category.
Yeah, there's a lot of silver tequilas. There's Anejos, there's Mezcal, there's Blanco, there's Posal.
I will give it a 3, and will hope that if I ever do try it, I will try it with a different variety of tequilas and see which one's best. How about that?
There you go. Taste test.
I will figure out which tequila will actually be good for this, and then we'll go.
There you go.
I'll go.
Ellis, what's your rating?
4.5.
Oh,
she's a tequila girl.
You're just starting right off.
I do enjoy tequila. Part of the 0.5 is because you guys seem to be like saying that the Patron might be overpowering, and plus I was initially skeptical because I feel like the mix of, first of all, I love pomegranate juice, anything to do with pomegranate juice, the sweetness of that, the raspberry, but then putting some orange and lemon in there. I think that would be so interesting. And then sage and ginger. I just have a good feeling about all those little biddly bobs mixing together. So, 4.5.
I love the biddly bobs.
Indeed.
Indeed.
I'm inspired by Ellis's
optimism,
and the fact that she's also known the intricacies of mixers. So I will also give it a 4.5, even though I don't like tequila. Not even that I don't like tequila. It's not even that I don't like tequila. It's tequila doesn't like me.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's because I make the mistake of trying to drink tequila the same way I drink whiskey. It bites me in the ass.
Oh no. Lewis, no.
Why? How could you have done this to yourself?
Also, I think I would fight someone if I drank enough. So.
That's me with Hennessy.
Wow.
Yeah, I am a completely different person with it.
Brings out the warm side of Bethany.
Brings out the alpha in me.
Okay, our final drink, the Death Hallows cocktail. This is the longest segment I've had in a while.
I know.
Our Death Hallows cocktail comes in a cool glass. We'll see. Quick.
Oh.
Let's see.
Cool, right?
Ooh, I like it. This looks like the
also,
same person.
Yes, this was also made by Tegan.
Wow. Tegan, you really know how to put on a show.
Yeah.
This is really nice. Look at the little elements in the background, the little glass and the pumpkin and the candles. Love it.
This drink is different from any others I've created. It's a mix of some of my autumn favorites. A splash of cranberry juice, a little tequila, a dash of orange liqueur, lemon juice for warmth, maple for sweetness, and topped off with ginger beer. So similar to our previous one, our Voldemort's Dark Serum. This is sweet, smoky, and all things cozy, but also gives off the spookiest of Halloween vibes. To give the drink a little smokiness, I finished each drink off a sprig of fresh thyme that I then lit on fire. It's mostly just fun for presentation, but it does infuse the drink with hints of fresh thyme, however you want to pronounce that, I don't know, which I love paired with the cranberry. Also, if you aren't into cranberry flavors, pomegranate or blackberry juice would also be both great to replace it.
There's your pomegranate.
Ellis is like, yes, give me more.
So our ingredients here, we'll have the 1.5 to 2 ounces of silver tequila or mezcal. We'll have 2.5 ounces of cranberry or pomegranate juice or blackberry juice, half an ounce of orange liqueur, half an ounce of lemon juice, tablespoon of real maple syrup, ginger beer to top it off, and then fresh thyme that you light on fire for garnish.
Thyme?
Thyme, yeah.
Okay.
He could care less.
Yeah, I pronounce things strangely sometimes, so I'm not really concerned.
That's fine.
Similar to before, mix everything, shake it, strain.
Okay.
What's this one called again?
The Deathly Hallows cocktail.
Oh, wow. Straight up. Okay.
Very, very creative. Okay. That's all of it inside?
Correct.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Ellis?
Okay. No, I'll jump at once, you know?
Man, it's like a dead room today.
It's because early.
It's 1 o'clock, I say.
1 o'clock well, it's a Saturday. I
was up at
looking
9
up the
a.m.
recipe again. Well, congratulations.
You.
I was up at 8.
Good.
Even bigger congratulations. Fuck you, Beth.
Thank you so much. Oh, wow.
We're
Wow.
adults.
Aggressive.
They're just upset because they're not adults.
Oh, Ellis just said, fuck you, Beth. And that was just very aggressive. Anyway, Ellis,
I
please.
could have combated that with something, but I will keep it
was-
PG.
Only full of love,
Don't
as
keep it
you
PG.
will know.
Full of love.
So,
We have different meanings of love.
Oh,
We have,
boy.
different we have different love languages. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, like when you insult my intelligence at work, I know it's only coming from a place of the heart.
Yeah, I just insult your intelligence.
Yeah.
My girlfriend calls me a stupid head, so I mean, hey.
And I say she's weak. That's about it.
That too. So, that's how you know the friendship's real.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give this recipe a 3.8, mostly because I don't like thyme. It's very, well, in both literally and metaphysically.
Physically.
Cranberry, pomegranate, love it. Again, it's very similar to the previous recipe with the orange liqueur and the lemon juice and the maple syrup. Like maple syrup and ginger beer, great. But with a dark berry juice, love it. Amazing. However, don't love thyme. And for whatever reason, just the ratios and the cranberry or pomegranate, like to me, they're different, but I'm also picky about my dark berry juices. So I just feel like this one isn't as refined. So 3.8.
That's fair. I will add that the thyme, and this one is not the same as the sage in the previous one. So this is purely a garnish. You don't add it into the drink when you shake.
Yeah, but then it's just, a stripped down version of the previous drink, which I feel like is slightly less impressive.
Damn. You're hearing it here for real, folks. No cover up.
She tells the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
Tegan, you had Ellis in the first half. You lost her in the second. Bethany.
Tegan, step up your game. I think I'm gonna give this one also a 3.5, just because again it has tequila in it, so I'm kind of not a big tequila person. However, I do like ginger beer. However, a tablespoon of maple syrup. Just I feel like the density of that, it's not gonna mix very well, and I feel like it's just gonna like conjugulate. No, what the fuck is the word?
Congeal.
I think I mixed two different words there.
Oh man, that homeschooling is really showing.
Coagulate. You mix congeal with
coagulate. That's
Congeal
the
and
word.
coagulate, yeah.
I mixed the two. Thank you.
Just like the blood.
See, they understand in my head better than I do. Yeah, I just feel like it'll just be at the bottom of the glass and just not that good. So actually, I'm going to go even lower. I'm going to go with 3 out of 5.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, something to add about maple syrup. because I have to use a cinnamon pecan syrup in my smoked old fashions at work. In those cases, you either shake or stir, and it actually does make well shaken, not stirred. Yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from. I think in this instance, you'd either like stir the maple syrup a little bit before you shake it, or you would shake it very vigorously to kind of make sure it doesn't just congeal at the bottom of the glass. And the last thing you want is for your drink to kind of separate and kind of lose the whole purpose of creating the drink in the first place. I also just have the experience of having to fucking stir. We're supposed to stir smoked old fashions 20 times. I never do. But
Oh, you're one of those places.
yeah, it's corporate, you know? So
Well, I just very potions class. 10
Yeah.
times this way, 7 times the other way around.
uh-huh.
I'm gonna give this like a 3 out of 5 as well, because I mean, I am very interested in what lemon juice, orange, pomegranate, and maple syrup taste like together. However, I don't think I'm gonna like that because it just seems like such a random assortment of flavors that I don't know how that's gonna go well together.
Like a tequila kind of.
Mm.
I'm talking about the mixes of juice and citrus and syrup or whatever, but the tequila sunrise is orange juice and grenadine, and obviously a little bit of sour mix. I am torn between a 3.5 or a 4, simply for the sake of creativity, but also for my distaste for tequila.
All of us hate tequila. This is a tequila hating podcast. Sorry, Ellis.
I thought Ellis liked tequila.
Yeah, I know. I said this. Sorry, Ellis.
Yeah, everybody's ganging up on me. It's fine.
I mean, that's usually how it is.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
real
we
life.
pick the weakest of the bunch and then we just go for it.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, that concludes today's Big Lou's Big Brews segment. Also, if you'd like to follow my Instagram, Big Lou's Big Brews, I will be occasionally posting on that every now and then.
Links in the link tree and description.
Yes. You'll find that either I'll make cocktails from work, which I won't include the recipe, or create a few cocktails and give a backstory as to where they came from, because I like liquor like that.
That would be a great bio tagline for Big Lou's Big Brews. Is what I can't even remember what you just said.
I like
I
liquor like that.
like that.
Yes,
I like liquor like this. So
amazing.
my tagline
liquor
is
like
actually just your local alcoholic.
That's also good.
That works too, you know.
What do you call it? Yeah, the first post I made was on a Tom. I think it's called Tina. I don't remember what the female version is. It's Tom Collins and the other version.
Mhm.
One of the
I
pictures.
should
has a
know
drink.
I'm gonna look it up right now because it's on my phone. But yeah, we're moving on to Beth.
Oh yeah, I have a thing.
Question of the day.
So, okay, hold on. I need a sip of my drink. It's water. Calm down.
That's what she says.
So,
It's clear. We all know it's tequila.
There we go. I found my tagline. It's just your local alcoholic honing his craft, and it's the Tom and Bell. Call it Bell, like Beauty and the Beast.
okay. All right, I'm awake. Let's go. So, obviously, the last few have been quizzes, kind of, if that's what you want to call it, to find out things about your characters in the wizarding world. So, this is the most important one of them all. I've been leading up to this. We're going to find out what everyone's houses are. Now, you probably all know your houses at this point. However, people change. So your answers might be changed, or the hat might decide something else for you. Anyways, so who wants to go first?
Do you like to guess my house before you try to?
Yes, I will. I'm going to guess everyone's houses before I do it.
Okay, what is mine?
So Lewis is going to be Gryffindor, is my guess. What do you guys think?
I agree.
A Gryffindor?
Alice?
It's like a mix between that and a Hufflepuff, but that's insulting. So I'm going to say Gryffindor.
Wow.
I've never I've never met Lewis in person. I'm going to be a wild card and say Ravenclaw.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm going to tell all three of you that you're wrong, but you're about to find out. So
It's Slytherin.
He's a Slytherin, isn't he? Oh my God. Okay, so let's find out. Lewis, are you ready?
yes, I am.
Okay. Choose one of the two, the river or the forest.
River.
Okay. Again, this is on pottermore.com for anyone. If you could choose any power, what would it be? The power to read minds, the power to change the past, the power of invisibility, power to speak to animals, power of superhuman strength, or the power to change your appearance at will?
Change my appearance at will. That water be hitting hard, don't it?
Yes. You said appearance at will?
Appearance at will.
Interesting. Given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you glory, love, power, or wisdom?
Wisdom.
If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Cat, toad, or an owl?
I think we all know the answer to this one.
Cat.
Yes. What kind of cat? Ginger cat, a white cat, Siamese cat, tabby cat, or black cat?
If it was an option, a blue Russian, but I'll go a tabby.
Tabby?
Hmm.
I thought I was going to say black cat because he has a black cat.
I do have a black cat, but
He's like, fuck her.
No, she's right behind me.
Oh,
If
she'll
he
kill
says
you.
anything bad, she'll get murdered
She's listening.
live on air.
Pretty sure she just ate some crumbs off my plate.
Sounds right. Okay, so there's 4 boxes placed in front of you. Which do you try to open? The gleaming jet black box with a silver lock and key marked with a mysterious rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin himself. That's the first box. The second box, a small pewter box, unassuming and plain, with a scratched message upon it that reads, I open only for the worthy. Another one is a small tortoise shell box, whatever the fuck that is, embellished with gold, inside which some small creature seems to be squeaking, or the ornate golden casket standing on clawed feet, whose inscription warns that both secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within.
We're going to go with the Merlin box.
Okay. Which would you rather be? Liked, trusted, feared, envied, imitated, or praised?
Feared.
Huh?
Feared.
Feared. Wow. This is very Slytherin of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you and 2 friends need to cross a bridge. So me, Ellis, and you, because fuck Isaiah.
Wow. Isaiah's really not getting a warm welcome today.
Oh, okay. You'll find me do this a
love on
lot.
these episodes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like I said, this is my love language.
Mm.
My way of showing, you know what I mean. Okay.
Affection.
Anyways, we need to cross a bridge, okay? Guarded by a river troll who insists on fighting one of you before he will let all of you pass. Do you volunteer to fight? Do you attempt to confuse the troll into letting all 3 of you pass without fighting? Or do you suggest that all 3 of you fight without telling the troll? Or do you suggest drawing lots to decide which of you will fight?
I'm going to try and confuse the troll.
Okay, good luck with that. Left or right?
This is a D&D campaign.
Right.
Okay. The Sorting Hat is ready to make its decision. Let's see who is right. So I said Gryffindor, Isaiah, you said Gryffindor, and then Ella said Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
And Lewis said we're all wrong.
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
said my original thing was
You motherfucker. You are a Slytherin.
Yep.
Ooh.
Wow.
I was close-ish.
That's surprising because I
I'm
wouldn't
more
expect you to be Slytherin.
Yeah, I know.
No more trusting Lou. Sorry.
Well, I somehow, as much as I hate Slytherins, I get along with them best.
Sure.
Aw.
Nah. Shut up. All right. Who's next?
Beth, I could do yours next, but you're on wizardingworld.com, right?
I am.
Okay, I can do yours next, but I think I have a different starting question. Moon or stars, right?
Wait, what?
That
is
That is a different question. Yes.
So you are on wizardingworld.com, right?
Yeah, it changes.
Oh,
It
all
can be
right.
different questions. Mhm.
Unless anyone's opposed, Beth can go next.
I'm curious.
I'm opposed.
He's going to be a Hufflepuff.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny. All right, moon or stars, pick one.
Stars.
All right, the 4 boxes question. Let's see. Gleaming jet black box with a silver lock and key marked with a mysterious rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
A small pewter box, unassuming and plain, with a scratched message upon it that reads, I only open for the worthy. A tortoise shell box. That one.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
the scratched one.
Which of the following would you most like to study? Mer people, centaurs, werewolves, vampires, goblins, trolls, or ghosts?
Ghosts. For sure.
For sure. Why for sure?
I love paranormal everything. So
Okay.
definitely ghosts.
Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Loneliness, boredom, hunger, being ignored, cold.
Being ignored. For sure.
I got cold in the end of that.
Yeah. I'm never cold.
All right, next question. One of your housemates has cheated in a Hogwarts exam by using a self-spelling quill.
Willis.
He's a Slytherin.
Clearly.
He's back.
Now
Wow,
he has
guys.
come to the Now he has come to the top of his class in charms, beating you into second place. Professor Flitwick is suspicious of what happened. He draws you aside after a lesson and asks whether or not your classmate used a forbidden quill. What do you do? These are quite long answers.
Just shorten them.
Summarize.
Do my
Summarize.
best. I gotta read it first. Holy cow.
Whatever one says snitch.
Whatever one says
Rat
snitch.
tail.
No, one of them is tell him the truth.
Mhm.
The next one is
Summarize.
you wouldn't even wait for him to ask you. It would be you would go and snitch immediately.
Mhm.
Lie and tell him to ask the classmate yourself. So is it snitch when he asks you or snitch immediately?
Snitch when he asks me.
Okay.
I'm not
Next-
confrontational.
Next question. How would you like to be known to history? As the great? Like the great Bethany, the wise Beth, the bold Beth, that's cute. The good Beth.
The good Beth.
The good Beth.
Like a puppy.
Pretty cute. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Cats, toads, or owls?
Even though birds scare me, I freaking love owls, so I'll do an owl.
Okay. A barn owl, a tawny owl. These are so cute. A snowy owl, a screech owl, and a brown owl. Oh my goodness, they show you pictures and they're so cute.
Barn owl, tawny owl. What was the
Snowy
other one?
owl, screech owl, and brown owl.
Probably ooh, screech owl's got those ear things, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, do that one.
The ear things.
I like the ear ones.
Pick a direction, left or right.
Left.
Okay, are you ready?
Well, what do you guys think I am? Let's start with that before we know the answer.
It's probably gonna be Gryffindor, but I want to say Hufflepuff just to make you mad.
Okay.
I think Ravenclaw.
Even I know that's
correct.
never happening. Wait, what?
It's Ravenclaw.
Oh, Ravenclaw? No. No, I am not.
That's exactly what it got, right along with Gilderoy Lockhart and Luna Lovegood.
No. I'm a Gryffindor.
Exactly what it says.
What the fuck? Am I smart
changed.
now?
Well,
Oh my God.
What does it say here? Wit, learning, and wisdom.
I thought it was okay.
I thought I was
Alright.
dumb.
I thought it was dumb. I thought it was old school, and I was like,
It was-
oh, no
I,
way.
thought I was a brave homie.
I thought you were
Mm.
brawn over brain. Wow.
Me too.
There's nothing going on in that head of hers. She's a puppy.
Okay.
No thoughts,
well,
head empty.
I'm a little disappointed
little
on that one. I'm not gonna lie. I was
She's a
really
little
hoping.
shook.
Oh, Ravenclaw's like, ugh. I don't even like Luna Lovegood. I'm sorry. I don't.
Best character in the whole series. What the fuck?
I hate her. But that's okay. Okay. Who's
I'm just
next? I'm sad now.
Wow. I guess I can go next, and then we'll have Ellis go.
All right.
The
I
best
think
for last.
Isaiah, it's tough because I want to say you're a Gryffindor, but at the same time, you also give me Ravenclaw vibes, and I want you to be in Ravenclaw, so I'm not alone. So I'm going to say Ravenclaw.
He's a Hufflepuff.
You know, I was thinking that too. He's a little bit of like everything, I feel like. He
Also
also gives
sorting
me
has
some
confused.
Slytherin vibes. Yeah. You like Harry Potter, you got just a little bit of each.
The Hufflepuff for
Ellis,
sure.
what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Ravenclaw too.
Okay. 2 Ravenclaws, 1 Huffle. What do you think you are? Well, don't tell me. Okay. Moon or stars?
Moon,
Moon. All right. Which
Moon.
pet do you take with you to Hogwarts? Cat, toad, owl.
cat,
Okay. Ginger cat, white cat, Siamese cat, tabby, or black cat?
Siamese.
Siamese. Typical Ravenclaw. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Loneliness, boredom, hunger, being ignored, or cold?
Boredom.
I think Ellis will be cold.
I'm not afraid of it. It's just unpleasant.
Okay, what would you like to be known for in history? Oh, to history, sorry. Isaiah the Great, Isaiah the Wise, Isaiah the Bold, or Isaiah the Good?
The wise.
See, that's a Ravenclaw. Okay. Late at night, you are walking alone down the street. You hear a peculiar cry that you believe to have a magical source. What do you do? Do you draw your wand and stand your ground? Do you wait in the shadows and like analyze I'm trying to summarize this. Analyze the environment to review the most appropriate defense and offensive spells? Do you draw your wand and try to discover the source of the noise? Or do you proceed with caution, keeping one hand on your wand and an eye out for any disturbance?
Last one.
Okay. You got the box one. Do you know your answer for that? So I don't have to go through them all.
Merlin's box.
Great. Which of the following would you most likely study? Merpeople, centaurs, werewolves, vampires, goblins, trolls, or ghosts?
Vampires, probably.
Vampires?
Yeah.
Okay. Heads or tails?
Heads.
All right. Let's see who's right. Isaiah, you are... Oh, you're Slytherin.
I am?
Oh, you're with
all right,
Lewis.
let's go.
Damn,
This is
man.
a slithery, spooky, intelligent, cunning group we've got going on here.
Apparently. I did not think that.
We're all sneaky
right.
snakes.
Sneaky little slithery sneaky snake. All right. So, Ellis, we saved the best for last.
Uh-oh.
What do we think she's going to be?
Slytherin, because she's a lizard.
She is definitely going to be a Slytherin.
I sure
Ravenclaw.
hope so, because if it becomes Hufflepuff, that would be hysterical.
I'm going to say Ravenclaw.
I want her to be. I just want someone with me. You guys are all going to be together, and I'm going to be alone. See, this is such a.
What if we can hang out in two different common rooms? It would be cool.
No, I would
You
never.
don't want to come down to
ever
the dungeons all the time. I want
I
to go
would
to the
never
nice
step
airy
foot
library in Ravenclaw.
home.
Senior prank is a switch. We're going to have a magical spell that switches both the common rooms.
I'll just take Polyjuice Potion and go to Gryffindor. Don't worry.
Oh my
See,
goodness.
that's a Ravenclaw thing to say. Okay.
You're right.
All right. It is. All right. Let's do this thing. So, first question is dawn or dusk? Ooh, she's getting a whole new question.
Dusk.
Ooh, very Slytherin. What are you looking most forward to learning at Hogwarts? Magical creatures, flying on a broomstick, apparition and disapparition, secrets about the castle, transfiguration, hexes and jinxes, or every area of magic that you can.
Every area of magic that I can.
Very Ravenclaw. If you were attending Hogwarts, what pet would you choose?
I'm so tempted to say toad,
I
but I
knew
think
it.
I'm going to say owl because they might be a little more useful.
Okay, that's fair. What kind of owl are we talking?
I forget what my options are.
Barn owl, tawny owl, snowy owl, screech owl, or a brown owl?
Tawny owl.
That was my second choice. Which of the following would you most hate people to call you? Ignorant, selfish, ordinary, or cowardly?
You coward. How do you feel about that?
Nah.
You
Ordinary.
selfish bitch. How does that make you feel? Sorry.
Well,
Jesus.
it's been said before.
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Ordinary,
Okay.
I think.
Okay. You ordinary person.
Can you imagine, like, you're breaking up with your ex and they just go, "You're so ordinary," and then leave?
Oh, I would think about that the rest of my life.
I've done that before. It's very effective.
Damn.
Oh man. Very Slytherin.
Ellis is she's not breaking her, she's destroying them.
Can we be honest and just say, like, you know how people are like, oh, that's very Pisces of you? It's the same vibes of being like, oh, that's very Slytherin of you.
Yeah.
It's the same concept, just you only get 4 instead of, what, 12?
Perhaps.
12 signs for each month?
I don't know. There's 12 signs and they're just rising and there's so many.
That's fair. Okay. What would you rather be? Liked, trusted, feared, envied, imitated, or praised?
Trusted.
That is a good one. Which road?
Sorry, go ahead.
Which road tempts you most? The twisting, leaf-strewn path through the woods, the wide, sunny, grassy lane, the narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley, or the cobbled street lined with ancient buildings?
Forest. There's always some good stuff in there. Good weird stuff.
Yes, like the Whomping Willow Tree. Once every century, the flutterby bush produces flowers that adapt their scent to attract the unwary. If it lured you, what would it smell like? The sea? Oh, that's weird. This one says bourbon, whiskey. No, I'm just kidding. Home, a crackling log fire, or fresh parchment.
The sea.
Okay.
Under the sea.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Ooh. All right. It's time. I forgot what I said she was. Oh, I wanted her to be... I
Slytherin.
said she's Slytherin, yeah. But I want her to be a Ravenclaw. But I have a feeling you're Slytherin. Yes, you fucker. You're all Slytherin.
Very slithery episode. This is a very slimy episode.
Incredibly slithery slimy.
Well, that's fine.
Beth is just like dejected.
I'm really second guessing everything I've done in my life. Why does it have to be like this? All right. I guess we can go on to the next part of the episode. I don't even care anymore.
Wow.
Zaya, what facts do you have?
All right, let's get into some facts. Okay. So, Ron and Hermione, what do you call it? Obviously, they fell in love in the franchise. So, towards the end, obviously they became more than friends. However, the actors dreaded the kiss because if they both felt like they were kissing their brothers or sisters because they just grew up together and they felt it was really weird. So
yeah.
they couldn't really they never took it seriously, and they did it on the first take. They did it really fast just to get it over with because they're like, I can't do it.
Jeez. I think I've seen the behind the scenes of that too, or I've heard them talk about it or something along those lines.
She's been quoted saying like she knew that she would have to be the one to make it happen because Rupert was not going to take the lead and go for it. So she knew she was going to have to do everything. Typical.
Getting called out.
Yeah, she said because it was like it was the hardest thing she's ever had to do because it was like siblings. And it felt very wrong on every level. Rupert said he thinks he blacked out. He just remembers her face getting really, really close and then nothing.
Wow.
That's, I don't know if that's like an insult or what there, because I would be insulted.
You'd be insulted?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh well. So wait, you'd be insulted if Hermione. So you'd be insulted if Emma Watson tried to kiss you?
No, I mean blacking out comment.
You don't think you would black out if Emma Watson tried to kiss you?
See, okay, so we're taking this in two different ways. I'm taking it as in he was trying not to think about it and trying to forget about it. But I see where the compliment comes in now. Okay, never mind. I retract my statement. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's early.
Daniel Radcliffe stated that he had alcoholism stemmed from not knowing what to do next after the ending of Harry Potter. He also stated that he was not comfortable enough in who he was to remain sober. Towards the latter films, I think I mentioned it in Half-Blood Prince and Order of the Phoenix, that he was heavily drinking most of this time. However, he has been sober since 2010, so good for him.
Yay! Good for you. Or him. I don't know why I think he's listening.
So on the final day of each of the characters filming, they were given a moment of applause. So they all got to stand up in there. They announced it was their final scene, and they all got to a moment of applause. In celebration, Rupert brought an ice cream truck to hand out to the crew.
Yeah, doesn't he own an ice cream truck now?
I believe so. I believe it was an ice cream truck thing.
That's pretty great. That sounds like a great day.
When it was Emma's last, they all kind of ended in the same day because obviously all the trio was in the same. They're all the same shots all the same time. So most of them were within the same day. But Emma got her castmates leather diaries, and then Radcliffe gave his cast members personalized photos. So I guess
that's a little more meaningful.
Yeah, I think so. I think he went and got a photo with every person.
Cute, very cute. They're all very matching to their characters' personalities in a way.
Leather diaries, personalized photos, and an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Let's see. The actors were allowed. So at the end of the filming, once the movies were all done, the actors were allowed to keep props. Daniel got Harry's original glasses from the first movie because they apparently survived. Well, Emma got Hermione's cloak, wand, and time turner.
That's cool.
And Alan Rickman got to keep his wand.
Oh wow.
And Rupert got to keep his Deluminator.
That's cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he kept the Deluminator.
That's cool.
Hell yeah.
Now, Daniel Radcliffe used about 80 wands throughout the entirety of the series. Most of them were broken because he would use them as drums on his legs when he was bored. So, and he would break one about every 3 to 4 weeks, and then he would go to the prop master, apologize, and the prop master would just respond with, "Please stop drumming."
Like a child.
I mean,
I'm sure after so many times, he would just sigh and hand him a new one. And because every 3 weeks, that's down to a statistic.
Yeah, it's about 10 wands per movie. So,
well, but they knew about how many to make. The
prop master was like, "All right, I'm just gonna make 10 of them and just hope for the best." So Ralph Fiennes improvised his speech to the Hogwarts survivors. So when he's talking to everybody, when he does the infamous laugh. In each take, he improvises a new one. He did that in order to keep Voldemort's unpredictable behavior. So he's staying in character with that.
Neat.
It was also the first time that Matthew Lewis, who plays Neville, ever met Ralph Fiennes.
Really?
I guess that's interesting.
Yeah. So when they meet on screen, it was the first time they ever met in real life too.
Oh, that's fun.
shooting days took 247. It took 247 shooting days to make Deathly Hallows Part 2, right?
Jeez.
And so what they did to mark the beginning of each day, they showed up, they were recorded themselves, one of the people holding up a placard, like a little cardboard placard that had the date, like I said, day 1 of 247. And so each day they would pop that placard up and someone would hold it. On day 40, they blew it up with a prop explosion while filming the what do you call it? What was it? The cafe scene?
Oh, in the
first
subway kind of area, train station. Yeah.
Yeah. So they blew up the placard.
Oh my god. So they just stop after that?
No. I mean, they had others. There was a cardboard one.
Okay.
They made a new one every day, I believe, because it was like a big printed piece of paper taped to a piece of cardboard.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
On the final 2 films, the prop department made 210,000 gold coins for the Gringotts vault.
210,000?
210,000 gold coins. And then they also made 38,000
material. I don't understand.
It's probably rubber. They also had 38,000 rubberized treasure pieces that were made for Lestrange's vault, including 2014 Hufflepuff cups.
Oh my! That scene did look really good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that a lot of those cups in that scene were not CGI, and they just threw a bunch of rubberized cups at him. And that's all my facts. That is the end of the facts for all.
That was a short list. It feels like
it did feel like
compared to the others.
Good facts.
I feel like because all the facts were kind of like overrunning of them, so like a lot of them are like a lot of the facts were like Deathly Hallows, both the movies, because they were filming them back to back. I mean, the shooting script was like 500 pages, and they were like, "Yeah, we are not going to film this as one movie." They're like, "We're done."
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of the facts from the last movie also overlap with this one. So
fair. Still good, all the same.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
As always. Well, it's that time of the episode. I couldn't think of the word.
Rats.
Okay, the last breakdown of the season
or the great tier list.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Ellis, you go first. You just watched the movies like about
an
hour ago.
Just fresh in your minds.
That's true. My rating scale is 5 out of 5, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 5 out of 5.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh yeah, brother.
So I was thinking idly, especially, it's funny you mentioned that Voldemort's speech was improvised, because there were some moments where I was like, oh, it's so refreshing to actually like see good writing, and like the whole time I was like, oh, this is just such a good film. I maybe it's just this year, maybe it's the aftermath of the pandemic, I don't know, but for some reason there are times where I will watch certain moments in a film and be like, oh, that is just so pretty, or that's so well done, or that was so well written, or so well delivered, and be like, it's a lot harder to come by than I initially realized. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks this, but it seems to be rare to find so many good elements all in one film. And when it comes from a book, when it's not the source material, they not only had to adapt it, but put specific things in there and cater to an audience that had been around for decades, plus the new audience and everything. So not only in viewing it as a standalone film, which, great, beautiful, and all that jazz, but with the context of the history of it and the finality of everything it meant to so many people. I just thought it was really well executed, and it was nice watching it again after years and years. Not only is it still a good film, but it stands up with my memory of being a youngin' and watching the films as they came out, and just the fact that I bought the DVDs in a 1 through 6 because the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 hadn't come out yet. Mm-hmm. So it was just, I don't know. It's good. It's good on all counts, nostalgia included. I think it does it all justice, and it's enjoyable. So 5 out of 5.
Nice. Very good.
Why, thank you.
Well, thank you. I'll also give it a 5 out of 5 for being one of my favorites.
Hey.
Both of them, actually, both parts are 5 out of 5 for me. Honestly, out of all the, well, I mean, this is coming from like a book and movie perspective, but out of all the books, I think this was the most fitting end to the series before we don't talk about Cursed Child. And it's nice to, well, yeah, I agree with what Ellis said. It's nice to know that Voldemort kind of did some improv there. But overall, the way they filmed some of the scenes I had imagined on my own when reading the books was excellent in my opinion. Especially, I want to say actually when they blow up the bridge, that was fucking cool.
Indeed, very well executed.
McGonagall summoning the stone giants was also amazing.
I always wanted.
I mean, McGonagall in this movie in general was great.
That's true.
That's true. That's very true.
I think the part when she's like, "I've always wanted to do that spell," it's probably like one of the coolest moments.
Right.
And you're like, "Oh my god!"
I had to gun through quite a bit of the slower moments in the movie just to watch it in time and not be too egregiously late for this. But I definitely had to be like, "Oh, I can't skip this. It's McGonagall being cool." So.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of the other things. This isn't so much from a Harry Potter perspective, but just like in general, like my love for things that are like, fantasy, sci-fi, variations of that is the scene showing Voldemort breaking through the magical barrier with the Elder Wand. It reminded me, I think it brought out like a nostalgia of a variety of other things that I've watched do similar effects, including actually what I saw much later was Adventure Time.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either, but then I was like, oh, that's really cool. But yeah, overall, definitely up there for the nostalgia, definitely up there for the book to movie transition. And overall, just a great film on its own, in my opinion.
So what did you give it for rating?
I also give it a 5.
5 out of 5. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Isaiah?
I gave this movie a 4 out of 5. I like it. It's a good movie. It's a solid movie. I think the Battle of Hogwarts.
Isaiah said he likes something. Red alert.
The Battle of Hogwarts is probably like the best thing it was one of my favorite moments out of the entire franchise. Especially like when they put up the barrier, then all the people are like fighting, and then everybody gets together, and you're like, oh crap! Like all these characters from all the scenes throughout the whole franchise, they're all here finally, and they're all battling it out, and it's got there's a lot of finality to it. I like the finality to it, and then the final battle is also freaking great. And if you don't know, the best part of this entire movie is exactly at 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 39 seconds.
Do tell.
What's at what hour?
It's the laugh.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling that's what it was.
So at an hour and 40 minutes and 39 seconds, Voldemort does the laugh, and that's the best part of the movie.
If you guys don't know it's the laugh we've been doing this whole season. It's the laugh. Yeah, that's it.
Harry Potter is dead.
The boy who lived has come to die.
So yeah, I this is a very solid film. I liked it. The story itself was very self-contained. Everything it had all the story arcs. There was no cliffhangers. There was no like, well, what about this? What about that? What happened to this? Everything was really had a nice little neat bow on it.
Yeah.
So one of my few complaints is that the Draco Malfoy arc was very lackluster, because I was like,
I can agree on that. That was going to be one of my points.
Because I was like, I went through the whole movie, like we went through this whole franchise. You're kind of he's posed as this like a side villain, and he never really ends. He just kind of gets he gets shitted on like in every movie, and then this one was like, okay, it happened again. And then they kind of just forget about everything that the Malfoys have ever done. And they're like, oh yeah, he can return to Hogwarts. He can have a whole thing here. Not like him and his dad caused like the destruction of it, or like, helped Voldemort and all that stuff. And they should probably be on trial, but they're just not going to talk about that. So that was one of my pet peeves. I was like, what? Why? What? You're talking about defeating evil. You're not going to defeat all the, you're just going to defeat the main guy. All right.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of just dissolve. I mean, I think it follows a trope that you see in a lot of other defeat the evil organization films, is like you cut the head off the snake, and then, you killed the snake.
Yeah. It was just like, I don't know. I just felt like there was no
retribution.
Yeah, there's no retribution. They kind of just like did one of those like forgive and forgets, but it was like it was a lot of stuff of like, yeah, I don't feel like anybody would have been like, yeah, that's fine. Like the Ministry of Magic, I felt like would have definitely went after some people, and they kind of just didn't.
I think it happens off screen more like, but if I'm not mistaken, I remember there's some mention of like, aside from obviously we know Bellatrix is killed in the Battle of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
So that takes out his like second in command essentially. And the people who surrounded Dumbledore, not Snape, but the other ones, which were the more prominent ones. Their names were like Fenrir Greyback and like the twins and all these other people. I believe they're also killed in the Battle of Hogwarts, but it's not shown because they're not given like, their characters aren't given an important name in the film kind of thing. Because it's more like a side character thing. Like they're not as relevant because they're only given such small parts in the books in general. Just as being like psychopaths, and I think one of them is also a werewolf, kind of like Lupin. Some of the more prominent members mentioned in the actual organization are killed, while others are kind of just like, well, we don't have to do this anymore. Like kind of like you notice in the scene in the courtyard when they want Malfoy to do something, and Lucius is kind of just like you also notice in part 1 of Deathly Hallows, he's kind of like a broken man. His wife, who I found out today was actually the actress in Peaky Blinders, and then I found out that she died in 2021. Very sad. Helen McCrory.
Oh no.
Helen McCrory died in 2021, April something. I found that out yesterday. But in either case, yeah, like I feel like a portion of the Death Eaters were really doing it because they like needed to protect their family kind of thing, even though they also were like racist towards Muggles or something, kind of like Lucius was. But like, a couple of them were following him out of fear more than out of like, this is what I want to do and I want to be an evil person. And not all of them, I think, were implicated in actually doing, murders and all these other kinds of things. I think they were just part of the organization, which would be like a RICO trial in that case.
And also, I agree with what Isaiah brought up, and where it's like, oh, they're just, they slink away and they're just allowed to come back like everything's normal. And that bugged me as well. But to Lewis's credit, I think there was a lot that happened off screen, and I cannot remember what exactly happened in the book, but I'm pretty sure that it's canon that Narcissa Malfoy, when she goes to check whether or not Harry's alive, knows that he's alive, but tells the Dark Lord that he's dead anyway. And Harry also brings up to Draco in the Room of Requirement, like, you knew it was me in the previous film when his face was all goofed up in the Malfoy manner. Draco doesn't exactly deny it. So it's kind of implied that Draco and Narcissa were doing what they could with the leeway they had to not let Voldemort win.
Mm-hmm.
But
similar to Snape being a double agent for Dumbledore.
Yeah, similar to Snape being a double agent and everything. So I would imagine that has something to do with it, and that probably came out after the fact to allow them to re-enter society. But it may be mentioned in the book. I cannot recall.
I think it does, but I don't have my copy anymore, so. Because there's like when they're looking for the fallen people, so Tonks and Lupin died in the battle. Who the fuck else? A couple other people from like the Order of the Phoenix were killed in the battle.
George too, right?
Who?
George.
Yeah, George. A couple other people are killed, in the ensuing battle. And I think the way it's this, because they didn't really have the chance to do this in the film, I don't think, because they wouldn't really have the time or the way to like introduce some of these characters as being as important. You kind of show them like walking through the castle, looking for people and finding like their dead bodies in the rubble and whatnot, and finding out they're dead. I don't know where I was going with this. I forgot. I lost my train of thought there. We'll just move on.
Oh no. Well, anyways.
Beth, what do you think?
I think I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. The only reason it being the same thing that Isaiah brought up about Draco, I just felt like he was really leading up, especially in Deathly Hallows Part 1. I really felt like with him, I feel like it's a kind of like a Kylo Ren situation where it's like good boy turned bad because of his upbringing and stuff. And he has a little bit of good left in him, and he's troubled and struggling and kind of like just trying to do whatever he thinks will make other people proud of him. And then he doesn't realize until the end what he's doing is wrong, kind of a thing. So I felt like there was going to be this big redemption arc, and then like him and Harry would battle it out together and stuff, which it would have been cliche, but that's what I thought they were leading up to. And they could have done it if they had executed it right, even if that wasn't how it went in the books. I didn't know because I never watched the books. Wow, I did the same thing Ellis did. I never read the books. But I think it was really good overall. And I forgot to mention in the last episode that there was a scene in Deathly Hallows Part 1 that I really, really liked that I don't think I mentioned, where with Bellatrix and Hermione, and Bellatrix like carves the the word mudblood in her arm. I really liked that whole sequence and the whole like Dobby coming and everything. Like that whole thing. I liked that whole sequence. I forgot to mention that part. But yeah, I really liked this one. It was a good finale. It was emotional. And even though I watched it more recently, I didn't grow up watching these movies, I still was like emotionally attached to the characters. So like seeing certain people die and stuff, I was just like, oh God, this was very like bittersweet, where I was like, oh, it's all done. Okay.
Yeah, they did a good job nailing in the finality and the gravity of the new tone and everything with the character's death. I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, 4.5. Well, anything we would any other comments or anything on it?
I think Neville should have killed Bellatrix.
Ooh, that would have been good.
Yeah, because I think it was like Ron's mom that ends up killing her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so random.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie though, Mrs. Weasley, she could get it any day.
Yo,
what?
You want to explain that one?
Who said? Did someone say something?
Ron
Molly Weasley?
What happened?
Molly Weasley.
Feel that call.
Did you say something, Lewis?
I did not say anything. No.
You
said something about
Immediately backpedals.
I have no idea who that was. That's weird.
I'm keeping that in. That is not a blooper.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything. All I could say, all I'm gonna say is she was badass in this movie.
Yes.
That's all.
Okay.
I don't know what you guys heard, but that's what I said.
Okay.
this lady right here.
Yep. Badass.
Yes. Yep.
Right before she takes a life.
That's a MILF. That's for sure.
Wow.
What? All I said was that she's a really strong wizard. I don't know.
You said she was a MILF?
What? No, I didn't say that. I would never say something like that.
Yes, you did. We're going to keep it in the podcast.
I never said anything.
Of course you didn't.
She's just a strong, empowered woman. That's all.
What's her name? What's
trying to
Ron's
find
mom's name?
Mrs. Weasley.
Molly.
It's Molly.
Mm-hmm.
Every Beth has a Molly.
Oh, God.
All right.
That's what you're getting. Okay.
Molly
Never mind.
Weasley.
Well, thank you for listening to today's episode.
Anyways, if you guys are still listening after that, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Twitter, all of them. You know where to find us. Email us your movie suggestions, please, for our listeners episode. We post every Monday morning. And thank you, Ellis, for joining us on our last episode of our season.
Thank you for having me.
It was great. It's good times. I think I've scared her off now, so I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in our grand finale, where we make a tier list and we kind of just do an overall recap of the whole season, as well as play some games. Yeah, it's really just me. It's really just me putting Isaiah and Lewis to the test and making them battle. It's great. It's fun.
It's a Pokemon battle, except she's the trainer of both of the people.
Basically. What is happening in this chat right now? Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Excelsior.
There it is.